Hello and welcome to IABM TV. So I'm delighted to welcome into the studio Edoardo Pescosolido, Business Development Manager at Exponential-E. Edoardo, welcome to IABM TV.
Hi Ben.
Can you start by telling us about Exponential-E?
Sure. We are a company that, historically where we've come from is providing network services to organizations across a number of industries, but one of the first we actually service was the broadcast and media industry. Right. So we have a track record of providing mainly connectivity services to large broadcasters, but also other organizations within the supply chain, such as post-production, VFX, or now, more recently, even sort of OTT type organizations. We have evolved our propositions over time, and we have introduced some new propositions. Hopefully we can give you a little bit of a flavor of what they are.
Okay, so let's talk about cloud management platform.
Sure. So that is actually one of the services that we have recently introduced to the market. We're pretty excited about it because what it does, it helps organizations who are either thinking of moving to the cloud or have moved to the cloud, but are not quite sure whether they have the right mix of clouds, because obviously, you know, you can have your on-premise, private, dedicated data center, or you can have public clouds such as AWS or Azure. And what our product does is it helps customers by a single pane of glass manage and automate all the different clouds that they have, whether it's their own private cloud or public cloud or even our Exponential-E cloud in an automated way. So it makes it easier for customers to manage the performance, even get single billing, control their SLAs, and do the in-life optimization of the right mix of clouds. So we can also, with that application, help customers decide where it's more commercially advantageous, which cloud to use, depending on which workload they're looking at.
And so is it completely scalable for the customer?
It's very scalable, so the platform itself can work with a number of public clouds, as well as their own private clouds in a number of geographies. So it's not tied to any particular geography, and we're continuing to expand the type of public clouds that it can work with.
And so, Edoardo, what sort of problems does this help your customers solve?
Many customers, they do know that they have to move to the cloud, but they're not quite sure how to go about doing it, or when they have done it, they're not quite sure whether they have the optimal mix of public cloud, private cloud. That's where obviously the cloud management platform that we provide comes to life. It does help customers not only decide at the outset which mix is best, but it also tells them continuously in life if they have the right mix, or maybe they could possibly change that mix, because one of the things it does, it also automatically latches on to the latest commercial models of each public cloud. So if a public cloud changes their pricing structure, that tool automatically factors that in. It can tell the customer maybe it's now time for these types of workflows perhaps to move to another cloud.
Do you think there's still an element of fear for people to move to the cloud, or have people got over that now?
In this industry, possibly yes, compared to other industries, because we work with other industries and we can bring that sort of knowledge to bear in this the broadcast industry. So I think yes, there may well be. We see that there's quite a few organizations that still want to sort of hug their servers as such. But in our industry, with the likes of Netflix or Amazon Prime Video, there is no reason why customers should still be concerned. Security is obviously a big thing. We can help customers on that side of things as well. Obviously, security tends to be now the main concern. But that can be addressed as well.
Okay, well, Edoardo, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Ben. Cheers. Thank you.
You can find out more about cloud management platform and more about Exponential-E at exponential-e.com.